It's live. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? What is up? We're here to talk the future slate of the DCEU. We'll have somebody joining shortly. But until then, I guess we can chat about some other things. I want to show this off. I just got some new Steelbooks. One of them being Justice League right here. You know what I'm saying? I like that it's white. You know, you got the white cover, the white case. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And hopefully the Snyder Code will be a black case and we can put them next to each other. And that'd be real cool. That'd be real cool. And I also picked up Wonder Woman 84 Steelbook. Probably the dopest Steelbook I've seen in a long time. It is so psychedelic. I don't even get it, too, because the movie takes place in the 80s, so there's really no reason why it should be this psychedelic. And, you know, you get the inner artwork with her, and she's lassoing Cheetah on the other side. I'm not going to take out the discs. I think you can get it. But look at that. Look at that. Like, give the guy a raise. Give that guy a fucking raise right there. You kidding me? The movie should have took place in like the 60s. That would have made a little bit more sense because that would have been like Cold War era and stuff, and psychedelics. Like that probably should have, you know, that was another mistake that movie made. But you know, yes. What's up, Kal-El? What's up, metalheads? Future vomit. Kal-El says, future. Oh yes. Yeah. These DC movies are probably going to be hit and miss for the future here. Probably going to be hit and miss. But they've always been hit and miss. Like, I haven't seen we haven't had consistently good DC movies since the Dark Knight trilogy. That's just what it is. We had Joker was really good, you know. I like BVS. A lot of people don't. You know, hasn't been much else. Hasn't been much else. But yeah. Still waiting on somebody to join here. Yes, Hosea. I think it's May, by the way, guys. Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming out on Blu-ray in May, which is next month. It's probably going to sell out pretty fast, too. So make sure you reserve your copies at your Best Buy or wherever they're selling it. You know, I saw the. Wait, can I pull up the artwork here? Did y'all see the Blu-ray cover artwork? It looks all right. It's like a dark cover. I don't know if this is like a placeholder or this is the actual Steelbook here. Yeah, I think it's just placeholder still. But can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah, I think that's fan made. Yeah, these are fan made. Never mind. I'm not going to show you that. I don't know. The 4K BVS sold out, BlackRock says. That's probably because they didn't make a lot of them. As you know, I'm telling you guys, physical media is dying. It's dying every day. I don't give physical media like another 5 years. Like that's how fast it's going here. And they want to make all the money off streaming, so they want everybody to watch their movies on their streaming platforms. That's why you don't see a lot of you know, Blu-rays out there or 4K Blu-rays. They don't make a lot of copies. What I'm trying to say. I believe the 4K version is that IMAX version, right, BlackRock? That's why they re-released it in 4K. That like that IMAX version, that's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? At least the coloring and stuff. But you know, let's start talking about some DC movies. My boy will drop in here probably like in 15 minutes. So let's talk about the big news that came out. Lucy Liu has joined the cast of Shazam Fury of the Gods as Calypso. Calypso, guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. This movie What's the date here? The movie is set to open June 2nd, 2023. That's a ways away. 2023. Like I feel like we're gonna get the Black Adam movie before that. If you look up Black Adam, it has it set for July 2022. So I would hope that whatever happens in the Black Adam movie leads into what's going to happen in Fury of the Gods. You know what I'm saying? Like Black Adam technically is a god, right? Technically, he has all the powers that Shazam has. So I would expect that. So what do you guys think? Lucy Liu. What do you guys think? Yeah, I feel like the budget for Shazam is going to be a little bit higher, but not much. Not much. If they were able to make Shazam for about what was it, less than 150 or something like that, they're going to try to stay around that again for sure. This guy, Fresh Grass, that's a good name. Justice Con 2021, meh. It was all con. Did that happen? I totally missed that. Was that a thing? I totally missed it. Yeah, dude. The whole restore the Snyderverse thing completely lost interest in all that. I don't really care about any of that. Kal-El has many copies of Zack Snyder, so Zack Snyder got Kal-El to buy lots of different copies here. Lots of different copies of the same movie. Yeah, I think I have like 3 versions of BVS. All right. And I don't know about that 4K one. Justice Con. Jose M says Justice Con is coming weekend. Oh, so I definitely know I'm not going to watch it because I'd rather do something else than watch that trash. What are they even going to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like, they talk about Justice League. My God, guys. Did anybody see? Hold on. Did anyone see this guy's video on Justice League? It's like 2 hours long. Mulder or something like that. Mulder's review on it. It was great. Because he's so goddamn right. A lot of it. And he even starts the review praising the Cyborg stuff, right? Like the first 5 minutes, he's praising, all the Cyborg stuff, and then, and then he goes on like almost 2 hours talking about everything wrong with the movie and how it makes no sense. And I'm inclined to agree after watching it like 4 or 5 times. I'm inclined to agree with it. There's a lot of things that don't make any sense. Don't make a lot of sense in that movie. A lot of character choices don't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I just don't like how a lot of the characters were played in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, there's even a scene where, they're going over the plan in the bat, plane or whatever it's called, the bat ship, whatever it is. And Cyborg snaps like at Flash. Like Flash is kind of like goofing off, and then Cyborg's like, Barry, please. And it's just like, God, Cyborg, you know what I'm saying? Can you be a little nicer to Flash? How about that? You know what I'm saying? Wonder Woman murders people. You know what I'm saying? Like, she totally murders that dude at the beginning. I didn't like that at all. Totally goes against her character. And like everything Zack Snyder did in his Justice League totally goes against every other filmmaker's movie in this DC universe, especially like James Wan's Aquaman. Like, Zack Snyder showed no respect to anybody else's movie. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way too. Like, you could have, Zack Snyder could have easily have made the movie mesh better with like Shazam and like Aquaman and stuff like that. That would have been nice. And you'd probably get your Snyderverse, like Warner Bros. Would probably have no problem making it canon if it fucking fit better, and it wouldn't take that much. Like, they already had the shots, you know what I'm saying? Zack Snyder could have did it in a way where it could have fit better with the other movies. So, the whole Warner Brothers not, restoring the Snyderverse and sticking with the Justice League, it's kind of on Snyder's head. It's kind of his fault at this end of the day here. It's kind of Zack Snyder's fault that you're not getting to restore the Snyderverse. You're not getting that. At best, you're going to get a sequel to Justice League that's not going to be directed by Zack Snyder. That's the best you're going to get. And everybody asking for a Deathstroke series, I got to question your sanity. And I got to question if you're actual DC fans. Like, Deathstroke's boring as fuck. Like, he's the most uninteresting character in the comics. That's why his book got canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not much to write about with Deathstroke. He's got a family. All right. He's a mercenary making money for his family. It's not like that deep. You know what I'm saying? That's his whole character in a nutshell. And I read some of those Deathstroke books in New 52. It's just blood on every page, It's just action. They're action books. You want some action. They're making a Suicide Squad movie for you again if you want more action. Which, by the way, the Suicide Squad, they added another trailer to Suicide Squad, which was much better than the first trailer. I should do a reaction to it because it was much better than the first trailer, for sure. Grass is just going off here. First grass. I call it. Oh, yeah. Megatron. Yeah, that dude. People did not take it as a joke when I said it. That's for sure. People did not take it as a joke. Yeah. Dude. People are so sensitive. They're a lot like Ray Fisher. They're so sensitive about everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't point out the obvious. You can't point out the obvious here. Oh, yeah, like Jeff Johns' ex-wife. Hold on, let me pull this up. Oh, this is great. I know, we're getting a little off topic. We will get back to the movies. Because we got a lot of DC movies coming here. But Jeff Johns' ex-wife refutes Ray Fisher's racism claims. Jeff Johns is part of a black family. That's her quote. God, Ray Fisher's getting buried. Like, this is not like Jeff Johns' representative. This is his fucking ex-wife coming out. Can I share the screen? Of course, this article is from Cosmic Book News, but the quotes are real, so I don't really care where it's from. Boom. Share. And can I put this on the side here? And I get this on the side here. Side. Boom. That'll work better. I'm trying to get all set up here. No, thank you. Close. Okay. Jeff Johns' wife refutes Ray Fisher's racism claims, part of a black family. It turns out that Jeff Johns might actually be in the clear. It might not be the villain of the DCU as he's been made out to be by people like fucking Garza and Mr. Everett's on the Real Anarchy channel. You know what I'm saying? Like these fuckers and, Dave Piana, whatever his name is, going after Jeff Johns for like almost 2 years here over nothing. Jeff Johns' ex-wife. I can't emphasize that enough. Ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? How many ex-wives talk good about their husbands? You know what I'm saying? How many? She says she will always believe he is innocent of these racist stories and fictitious allegations against him. I am a proud, beautiful, strong, and intelligent black woman from Louisiana. Louisiana, guys. I don't know if you some of you might not live in the States, but like Louisiana is deep south. Deep south. Big black population, but there's huge history of, deeply racist things in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? And she ran to California to escape real racism because, Dorsey said in a statement to the site, Joff has enjoyed and been part of a black family since 2000. And someone's bad feelings cannot erase that time nor the truth. Dude, that is like a huge shot at Ray Fisher right there. Someone's bad feelings. That's literally all Ray Fisher has. Is his bad feelings. That's why he did all this. Of course, Ethan Van Sciver, this article also talks about how Ethan Van Sciver also pointed this out many times. And I told you guys about that, how he pointed that out many times. But it's great that his ex-wife is coming to back him up, which is crazy, guys. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Would Garza's ex-wife come to back him up? No. Hate to point that one out. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it just really goes to show the character of Geoff Johns. You know what I'm saying? Like, even his ex-wife thinks he's a good guy still. Like, just saying. Just want to point that out. Just want to point that out there. How y'all feel about that? Huh? Yes, Geoff Johns exonerated. Now, twice now. He was a fucking comic book writer on a movie that was being controlled by all these executives that are millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think Geoff Johns had all this power over Joss Whedon and all this power over what was going to happen with Justice League. Nope. Not the case at all. Not the case at all. We're still waiting on Detective Comics to join here. But we talked a little bit about Shazam Fury of the Gods. Lucy Liu coming back. To be Calypso, a villain of Shazam. And I really feel like Shazam Fury of the Gods is going to be tied into the Black Adam movie. We are going to get, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to show up in the Shazam movie, probably towards the end. He might even be like a little cliffhanger. But I would love if you actually get like a little action from Black Adam in the Shazam movie. And I'm really interested to see the Black Adam movie, see how they play it. Because, I like Black Adam as a villain. I don't know about the rest of you guys. But, I know him from the DC comics as a villain, not an anti-hero. Like, he's a genocidal villain that kills tons of people. And, just like most good villains, he has a great motivation. A lot of bad things happen to him, but that doesn't excuse killing tons of people. You know what I'm saying? So I always see Black Adam as a villain. So I hope they don't go the direction of making him a hero, you know what I'm saying? A likable guy. I think they could start the Black Adam movie like that. Like, he's just like, a good person, and then due to the events, like his wife dying and stuff like that, he turns, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like the Joker movie. You see a decent person fall into despair and become a villain. That could be a really good thing. You know what I'm saying? That could be a really good movie right there. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's played, he's been set to play Black Adam for almost a decade here. So I'm sure he wants to get on that immediately. We also have the Batman movie coming out. Also got the Batman movie coming out here. Lots of shit coming out, guys. Lots of shit. I feel like Batman's going to be the most engaging. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's probably going to get the most amount of money. It's probably going to be the best actual movie because, Matt Reeves is a hell of a director. Very good storyteller. I'm expecting that movie to be very good. Very good. James Gunn, The Suicide Squad, too. Yeah, I don't know about that. That feels like a Birds of Prey. I don't know about you guys. James Gunn, The Suicide Squad just seems like a little fun comic book action film. Kind of like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Probably a lot like that. You know what I'm saying? Just a fun action movie with a lot of comedy. A lot of, one-liners. And that's probably what Shazam's going to be too. And maybe Aquaman 2. I'm really excited for Aquaman 2. They start production as well. Let's see. It's as a set date to release on December 16th, 2022. And Amber Heard is reportedly asking WB for more scenes in Aquaman 2. Isn't that funny? Yeah, she's probably going to get a limited role. she hasn't been fired yet. That rumor that she got fired did not come to pass. She's still in the movie. Lots of people online hate her. I could care less. I'm indifferent about her. I really am. Totally indifferent about her. Amber Heard. But, everyone's like, she's so toxic. I'm like, all right, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take the hit, guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all acting like she got this far based off her personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So Suicide Squad, James Gunn. Yeah, I hope Detective Comics gives that message. I hope he joins here. I don't think he will. I think it's going to be too late. Amber Heard, yeah, she should chill out. I don't know. She really should chill out. I mean, she should be like, lucky as fuck to get any movie right now after all the shit that's come out about her. But yeah, like they're going to listen to a hashtag fire Amber Heard, you know what I'm saying, or justice for Johnny Depp. Like they're really going to listen to those hashtags. Alex, do you think Josh was too far with Gal Gadot threatening her career? I don't know. Probably not, because Gal Gadot resolved it. By her own admission, Gal Gadot resolved it, when it happened. So, they took that threat pretty seriously when that happened. And it got resolved, and clearly nothing happened to her career. If anything, Wonder Woman 84 and your all's reaction to that movie is more damaging to Gal Gadot's career. The internet's reaction to Wonder Woman 84 was probably way more damaging to Gal Gadot's career than Josh, not Jeff Johns. It's funny. Jeff Johns actually never made any threats. He never made any threats. We can go back to that article. He never made a threat to Ray Fisher. Never. Not even close. Yeah. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about that Josh Whedon cut? I want to talk a little bit about it because I rewatched it. The other day. And, dude, there was things I liked a lot better in the Josh Whedon cut. A lot better. Like Batman. Overall, other than the stupid, corny jokes where he's like, oh, something's bleeding. That was stupid. But, everything else was pretty good. The way he knew Lois was the key, he knew that. So he brought her, he made sure Alfred had her at Superman's resurrection. Good idea, Josh Whedon. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to give some credit. They shortened a 4-hour movie to 2 hours, and they made it make a little bit more sense. Instead of Lois just happenstance, she just happened to be there in the Snyder cut. It was Batman who planned ahead effectively, like Batman does, and he brought Lois Lane there. I like that a lot more. I even like the line where Superman, brings him up by his head and is like, Batman's like, the world needs you. And then Superman goes, but doesn't need you. That's a good line. You know what I'm saying? And there's another part in the film before that where, Bruce Wayne's talking to Alfred. And it's a much better scene that's in the Snyder cut. And it's like, we're going to bring the big guns. He's talking about Lois, right? And then Bruce Wayne goes, Superman's more human than I am. That's why we have to bring him back. They give a good reasoning to why Batman wants Superman back. You know what I'm saying? It's not just in the Zack Snyder's Justice League where Batman's like, we just got to bring Superman back because he's Superman. We just got to do it. And when they're actually resurrecting Superman, Batman keeps going, do it now, just do it, like a fucking maniac. And they cut all that out of the Whedon version, and I liked it better for that. I liked it better. for that. I would say the only big loss in the Joss Whedon version is the Flash going back in time to save the day. I feel like they really could have kept that. They could have, they could have retrofitted it somehow, and they could have made it fit. It's a lot better than Flash running in a fucking circle for the last 15 minutes of the movie doing nothing, and then he just saves the day. I would like it better if that was the case. Like, Flash was going around, killing parademons. Like, just imagine if the boom tube opened, right? And parademons just started flooding out, right? And the only person that could keep them at the door, right? Keep them at the hole, the portal, is Flash, because he just keeps killing them over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like, Flash is the only one that can keep the Armada from coming through this little boom tube. That would have been so epic. I can't, that would have been so epic. Like, I don't know why they didn't do that. Instead of having him run around in a fucking circle. Like, is anyone gonna are people gonna really tell me that was deep? Flash running in a circle. Yeah. It's just a silly comic book film, and that's what you're getting with a lot of future DC movies. A lot of silly comic book films. And you're surprised? Like, that's what you got with Zack Snyder's Justice League. I would say the most serious comic book film you're going to get next is The Batman, with Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves directing. That's probably going to be the most serious comic book film you're going to get. The Suicide Squad is going to be, a joke-filled, funny action film. A lot like the first movie, which I think it always was. Even the David Ayer cut, it was still going to have a lot of jokes, and it was still going to be a fun comic book film. At least everything you could tell from what David Ayer had. Like, that's another thing that's never going to happen either. Like, I don't see why they would ever release the David Ayer cut after what happened with Zack Snyder here, and how Zack Snyder totally just was so self-indulgent with his cut. Like, he couldn't make it fit in the DCEU at all. Like, he couldn't do anything to make it cohesive and fit with the other movies. Like, he had no respect for anybody else's work. Like, what the hell? He had the resources. They gave you $70 million. You had a chance to make this movie be a better version of the Joss Whedon Justice League. Instead, Zack Snyder did everything he possibly could to make the movie different from Justice League. He did everything he possibly could, even though he didn't have to. Like, I'm sure there's scenes that are in Joss Whedon's cut that are Zack Snyder scenes that he cut out because they were in Joss Whedon's version. And that's the only reason. That's shitty. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. And now people want them to restore the Snyderverse and have a Deathstroke series. Like, god damn. Like, they're giving you two Suicide Squad movies nobody wants. And now you want a Deathstroke series, something nobody wants in DC. Like, no DC fan wants a Deathstroke series. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants it. Dude, the Deathstroke is so bland. He's so bland. I don't know why anybody wants it. That's the thing. I don't even think it was cohesive to his own Snyderverse, right? Because he didn't have shit planned. What did he have planned? He had He had Justice League 2 and 3 planned. He had nothing else outside of that. He was just focused on his own movies. And just the way he portrays Wonder Woman in Zack Snyder's Justice League, like what the hell, Zack Snyder? You just saw Wonder Woman 84. Couldn't you have done something to make it a little cohesive? You know what I'm saying? It's so annoying. Because now, the only way you can watch all the DC movies in a row now is if you watch the Joss Whedon cut. Because it's the only one that really fits. Everything else doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But that's just the facts. Yeah. Oh, Alex has joined the stream. Deathstroke is good as Titans villain. Yeah, he is. But he's not that deep for Batman. Right? Like, how many Batman books have you read that have Deathstroke as like the main villain? It's very few. Very few. He is just a villain. A villain with his backstory is like he's doing it all for his family. It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you really make a whole series like about that? Like, I don't know. They couldn't do it with the comics. Like, that's why, Deathstroke books aren't that popular. They can't really do it in the comics. They can't really get people to care about him in the comics. Like, how are you going to do it in a HBO series? You know what I'm saying? What's up? I am your critic. Hello. Did you watch Godzilla vs. Kong? What do you think about that movie? I think it's my Oscar pick for this year. My Oscar pick. What's up, Andrew? Andrew's all confused. It's just Black Rock. Remember, Terrio said the script for Wonder Woman solo film wasn't finished, so he had to come up with her origin. Oh, yeah, that's right, because when they were actually, making Justice League, that Wonder Woman film wasn't done yet. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I guess when they were writing the script for Justice League, but still, as they're making Justice League, they should know, and I'm sure they shot a bunch of scenes that were different. When Zack was there, because even Zack says that he had different takes of the same scenes. You know what I'm saying? So there is a different version of this Justice League movie that does fit in this DC universe that's going right now. Guys. I got a picture right here. A bunch of these fucking pictures here. Hold on. I don't think I need this page anymore. I'm waiting for something to pop up here. Here, let's see if I can share this. Stop scaring this one. Let's share this screen. Let's share this fucking screen here. Okay, share that. You guys seeing that? You guys see that? Should I make it bigger? What do you guys see here? This is Justice League. This is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Cyborg, Silas Stone, the big scene where Silas Stone dies. And look who's in finished CGI. Look who's in finished CGI on the right side of the screen. The Steppenwolf from Justice League. So Zack Snyder has a version of this movie that has that continuity with Steppenwolf in it. And he purposefully changed it just to make it different. That's it, just to make it different. But when they were making the movie, like they had this, they had this Steppenwolf. Zack Snyder agreed to that design as they were making this scene with Silas Stone dying. Why couldn't Zack Snyder make the movie connect to the other DC movies more? Why couldn't he? Because then you wouldn't really be asking for a restore the Snyderverse, would you? Oh, and Detective Comics has joined the building. Detective Comics has joined the building. What's up?
What's happening, my man?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, bro.
Yes, I started about 30 minutes ago, but it all devolved right back into the Snyder Cut Justice League. So
okay,
we'll talk about some more movies here. But you see this picture on screen right now?
Yeah, I see it.
What does that Steppenwolf look like, huh?
I know it's the Justice League version.
It looks like it. And this is a Zack Snyder scene. So Zack Snyder has a version of his movie that has this Steppenwolf in it, right? Which means he has a version of this movie that fits with these other DC movies. And that bothers me to think about because, he purposely changed everything to make it as different as possible, right? It just kind of puts the fans in a bad spot because now you got people wanting a restore the Snyderverse when, he could have made a movie that fit with the other DC movies. And you wouldn't be asking for a restore the Snyderverse or anything and splitting the audience here.
Yeah. I think that like I think it was probably a good thing that the film we actually saw did have the different
so much
because it probably did help us like distinguish like okay, that is separate from what we're going with going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, what do you think they're going to do at Justice League 2 with a different director?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a possibility.
I'm hoping that it's not like too far away. I'm hoping it's not like a Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern situation where they leave it for like 10 years before we revisit the characters. But you know, I don't know.
Metalhead says
I think
because
the Flash is basically going
be.
to
One second, because everyone likes to talk about Zack Snyder's vision and how he had to compromise with the studio. Well, you know, we saw Zack Snyder's vision, and there's a lot of compromises in it, right? Like, there's a lot of jokes. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things there, right?
I couldn't believe how much. I couldn't believe how much of Justice League was in the Snyder Cut. Yeah. I genuinely wasn't prepared to see so many of the bad jokes repeated. I couldn't believe it.
They were all Zack. Well, now you know a lot of the humor was Zack. So I guess you could make the argument that Joss Whedon was just trying to match Zack Snyder's tone. I don't know.
Yeah,
just trying to heighten it.
You know, even though I think Joss's jokes are a bit more crass, especially the Flash falling on Wonder Woman's breasts, I thought that was a bit out of hand. But the sausage scene with the Flash, I mean, come on, man, you know, like.
I know why they cut that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know why they cut that out.
Oh, definitely. Oh my god, that scene. I can't believe I was seeing.
I mean, did you like the movie? I mean, I liked it, but I didn't think like it was this vast improvement. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a slight improvement. You know what I'm saying? You got rid of some bad jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, his Flash has a much bigger moment in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But he's still running around in a goddamn circle at the end of the movie. But you know.
Yeah, like what I was going to say there is I can see why WB wanted to cut that scene out, the time travel scene, especially going into the Flash next year. I mean, of course you wanted to save that big time travel scene for the Flash movie, you know? I can definitely see why it was a really big bore of contention between WB and Zack, like not to show Barry time traveling in that movie.
I mean, yeah, the whole Green Lantern thing too, right? I mean, like, I could see why they didn't do that. But because Zack Snyder made it. What?
On you go.
I feel like Zack Snyder made it impossible for Warner Brothers to, you know, make the movie canon. Like, I don't know how many changes he made. Wonder Woman is like nothing like her character in '84, you know, or even the first Wonder Woman movie. It's like wildly different. Even Aquaman, wildly different than his solo film. You know, I think Aquaman got the shaft in Zack Snyder's cut, honestly. I didn't think he wasn't really much of a character in the movie.
I think that's where the reshoots probably helped because obviously by that point the reshoots were happening in 2017. Obviously James Wan was heavily in pre-production for Aquaman, so they knew what story they were going to tell. So obviously at that moment, you know, we had the changes. Amber Heard didn't speak with that atrocious English accent. Obviously we had Amber Heard's Mira's complete backstory changed because in the Snyder Cut it said that her parents were dead and she was adopted by Queen Atlanta, essentially Aquaman's stepsister at that moment. But obviously in the Aquaman movie, Dolph Lundgren's her father, he's very much alive. A lot of that changes. Obviously, her voice changed. Obviously, in Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's said that he goes to visit the king. Obviously, I can't remember his name again for the Aquaman movie, but he goes to visit the throne of the king of Atlantis and looks upon his corpse. But obviously, in the Aquaman movie, that's the point of the story, to try and find King Atlan's trident. So it's kind of weird. It's totally different. Aquaman is the biggest continuity flaw of them all.
Yeah, it really got the shaft, and you know, I don't know how to feel about that, because you know, this whole thing was about art, a director's vision and artistic integrity, but Zack Snyder doesn't really care about any other artist or director's vision. You know what I'm saying?
It's a singular story. Like Ann Sarnoff said when she spoke out after the Snyder Cut came out, is that Ann Sarnoff said, yeah, the movies will be connected, even though there's this rumour and this lie going around right now that the movies aren't connected. Yeah, they're not going to be like directly like every movie. The plot is like affected by the previous movie, but that's a good thing. The movies are still loosely connected. You know, characters will cameo, there will be crossover, but it allows each director to come in and tell their story. And it doesn't, the way Snyder was telling it, it had to be, it would be impossible. See the way Justice League was set up and BVS and Man of Steel were set up. You couldn't really come in and tell another story because every movie was like connected. So I think it's really good to get away from that and allow people to come in and do like a Blue Beetle film, a superhero film, a Batgirl film, start telling other stories and not having this, weight upon you. Oh no, you have to tie into this greater story. I think that's such a really good position DC are in. I just feel really sad that there's people out there who aren't seeing that potential.
Yeah, they just are consumed with having a Snyderverse and a Deathstroke series here, which I don't get. I don't get why they want a Deathstroke series. Like, I mean, did he really blow you away on that yacht that much? I don't know.
Have you seen Joe Manganiello act? The guy cannot act.
I know.
The guy cannot act. It's insane. Like, people are just looking at him. Yeah, he looks the part. Like, see Zack. There's one thing about Zack. See, when he casts someone, he makes them look like the comic character. He's so good at it. But that doesn't mean you're good, Like, like that. There's no signs to say that Joe Manganiello could do a Deathstroke movie. There's just nothing. I've seen nothing of Joe Manganiello, Magic Mike, nothing. I've not seen anything to tell me that he could do a gritty Deathstroke movie. Just no chance.
Alex says here, Snyder cares about his vision, but not others. I feel like he wanted to tell his 5-arc story, and that's it. I feel like that was the plan all along too. But WB wanted a shared universe, so they were kind of like trying to retrofit what Snyder was doing into a huge shared universe, right? Which they probably shouldn't have done. They wanted that Marvel shared universe here. Get it? I get it. It makes a lot of money, but still, like you were saying, they can go on and make individual films that loosely tie together. Like Black Adam and Shazam are gonna pretty much tie together. Like, you're going to see the Black Adam movie, and then you're going to see the Shazam movie, and you're probably going to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson pop up at the end of the Shazam movie, because Shazam Fury of the Gods comes out, I think, 2023. I think that's what I said earlier. That's what the article said earlier, the Lucy Liu article. And Black Adam's still set to come out 2022, so I don't know if they're going to push that back. But if it comes out before Shazam, then you have a movie that naturally ties into Shazam. You know what I'm saying? It's like it is tied together pretty well. But then you got Aquaman 2, which, it's going to be like its own thing. Going off the last Aquaman movie, it's not going to really tie into anything else that's going on in the universe.
Well, the beauty is, though, with all these movies shooting at once, like right now, Black Adam's shooting. Obviously, Aquaman's about to shoot in a couple of months. Shazam shoots next month, I think. I read that in an article. We also have The Flash, literally 2 weeks away from shooting. Green Lantern Corps, the TV series, that's about to start shooting.
And I bet. There you go. I bet John Stewart's gonna pop up in that Green Lantern series. How much you want?
Yeah,
someday.
I bet you John Stewart pops up in the Flash movie, and I bet you John Stewart pops up somewhere else. I think that because all these movies are shooting at once, if you listen to Walter Hamada, they've got a plan during the pandemic. They sat down, they made a plan. They now know what they're doing. And they keep saying about what do you call it again? Interconnected movie and TV slate. So what I'm thinking is, with all these shows and movies shooting at once, there's going to be crossover. And because they're all on set, okay, they might be on different sets, but they can all talk to each other. They can all communicate. Yeah. You can all have, you could have a scene in The Flash with Zachary Levi, with The Rock, easily. You could have Aquaman 2, there could be easily a scene, post-credit scene where The Rock shows up, or, bloody Michael Keaton or Henry Cavill or Gal shows up. They could easily do that because they're all shooting at the one time. So it means that this is the beauty of what's going on right now with DC. There's so much potential for crossover over this next couple of months, which is something we never had before. After BVS, all the movies were, let's be honest, focused on the individual characters, which is good. But let's be honest, if you want to make the Marvel money, because that's what they want. Let's be honest, that's what they want. They want that money.
Oh, yeah.
If you want that money, you have to do crossover. You have to have people crossing over and drawing attention to each other. Simple as that.
And they're talking like the Flash movie is just taking elements from Flashpoint, but I think like that's one of the elements they're taking is like the big crossover factor where you see all the different heroes pop up. I feel like that would be a dope thing to happen in the Flash movie. What other movies are coming? James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is actually going to come out this year. How do you feel about that? I feel like it's just going to be like a fun comic book film that's not really going to tie into anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, obviously we were speaking about before, a couple of months ago, we were speaking about our favourite runs, and I told you I really liked that John Osterland does 80s run of Suicide Squad, which is like amazing. And if you look at this, the Suicide Squad, it's like there's so many elements getting that straight from that run. I feel like it's going to be very much its own thing. We already know it's not even a sequel to the first Suicide Squad. It's like a soft reboot of spiritual the franchise, which is basically what's happening with DC.
Yeah.
It's like Andy Machete's sister, Barbara Machete, said, the Flash resets everything but doesn't forget everything. It's basically a soft reboot. It's basically whatever they want to carry on, they will carry on.
Yeah.
But and I think this movie looks fun. I think it's interesting to show the Starro this early. It makes me think there's something else going on in that film that we don't know about. It makes me think that
Starro might just be the final villain or something like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think there's more to it. I think we could see a cameo from some. I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching, but but I still think that there could be something in that film that we've not seen yet.
I mean, I'm sure. I hope they have some secrets. There's something. Hope they just blow the whole movie with the trailer.
I hope so.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting much out of that movie. I'm just expecting like comic book, popcorn film. I think that's.
But you know what? See right now.
What?
Do you know what, Alex? See right now. That's probably what we need right now. Probably we need a good flick, especially it comes out in August. The pandemic, I know, touch wood, but it seems to be calming down, especially here in Britain. We are getting it really under control. I know in the US they're jagging like hell. A lot MD that wants a jag. Pandemic seems to be getting under control. Movie theatres are starting to open up. I think there's a good chance. I mean, that film could really do well at the box office, Suicide Squad. If that movie comes out and can hit 500-600 million plus do well on HBO Max, that's a massive win for DC films. Massive.
Yeah. Huge. I mean, because they even know if theaters are going to be 100% open by then. So if they do make around like 500 million, that'd be massive for them. And man, it was interesting to see some of these numbers from HBO Max. and see like Godzilla versus Kong, getting a big spike in like Wonder Woman 84 was like a big hit for them. And then you saw what the Snyder Cut did. It's like, it was like not even half of what Godzilla versus Kong did. It's interesting.
It was really, really surprising because it just shows you. But it just shows you that see what you see online on Twitter. It just shows you it's not always real. Like Twitter isn't real. That isn't reality. Like that these bots, which they are, which it is, it's just essentially bots. Like I know people laugh at me and go, "Oh my god, you're calling it bots." It's not. It must be like. There's no way you can get that low numbers on hacks yet on Twitter. It's trending like crazy, and you're just like, "Where's this coming from?" Not, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's either that or people just don't have the money. Like people just didn't want to put their hand in their pocket and they just pirated it. Maybe that.
Maybe. Yeah, because the piracy numbers were actually pretty good for the Snyder Cut. Funny enough, like I think like 1 million people pirated.
Yeah, it looked good actually. I saw that.
Something weird. But Warner Brothers, funny enough, is planning to return to the traditional theatrical release plan in 2022. So that goes for all their like superhero movies. They're not going to be releasing them on HBO Max same day. That's not going to happen in 2022.
Which makes sense. Stuff to fill out the slate in 2020 is amazing.
Yeah. And I'm sure some of these movies, like, I mean, they're taking this year to film them, right? But I'm like, if the pandemic never happened, all these movies would be coming out this year.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's some other stuff? What's some other stuffs? Do you like Lucy Liu as Calypso?
Do you know the character, a Calypso, and I can't remember, sorry. Dame, what's her name again?
Lucy Liu?
Cast last week. No, the other one. The English actress. I forgot her name. Oh my god.
Yeah,
she's Academy Award winner. She's in The Flash. What's her name again?
Mirren?
Oh my god.
What's her name? Helen Mirren?
I feel so bad.
Yeah, Helen Mirren's.
She's supposed to be they two are playing sisters. The villain though in the movie, which is like pretty cool. Like that's a good casting for Shazam. Like it's like a step up. Like the last Shazam, really small budget, did really well for a small budget. This time probably a little increase, and that's the sort of talent they're attracting. So I'm expecting really good things for Shazam.
Yeah, I wonder if The Rock has anything to do with that. No saying, because he's got pretty big reach here. Everybody wants to be in a Rock movie because they do very well. He's like your last big movie star, really. It's like,
I heard the rumor.
What?
I heard the rumor that The Rock wanted to use Hawk Girl. Maybe this could be not true. The Rock wanted to use the Hawk Girl in his JSA team that he's building in Black Adam, but supposedly Hawk Girl's going to be in Shazam 2 instead, which should make sense since Bloodham's introducing Hawkman. I think that'd be pretty cool because it's Fury of the Gods. Hawk Girl is essentially born of a god type thing. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Rock is producing
Shazam. That's what I heard though. Like it could be bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what was I going to say?
It's just the first one.
What I think of the first one? Is that what you just said? What did you
The Rock produced the first Shazam. The Rock produced the first Shazam.
Oh yeah, he should have been in the first Shazam. I'm pretty sure he. Yeah, she's saying she produced the first one. Is that what you're saying? I gotta look it up.
Yeah, my connection's so bad.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I'm excited about is Green Lantern. Honestly, that's the only thing I'm really excited about these DC movies. I mean,
so good.
And I like Shazam too. And you're talking about the Hawk Girl stuff, and she's supposed to be popping up and stuff. And I really feel like they're trying to go a Justice Society route here. at some point. And if you look at their animated movies,
Yeah.
I don't know if you keep up with the animated movies, but they're coming out. Did they come out with the World War II Justice Society animated film yet? Is that
Yeah, it comes out
coming
next month. That comes out next month.
Yeah. All right. So they got. So I mean, they're already putting that. I mean, why do a project like that? You know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to get people used to Justice Society. And they also do long haul
for sure, because
but go ahead.
Justice Society Black Adam was supposed to come out this year, obviously at Christmas. So obviously, I think they were planning on having this movie be a direct sort of introduction for the characters that were coming out later on in the year. But obviously, for whatever's happened. But I think going down the JSA, that's a great idea, especially for a future Justice League film. Perfect to do the classic Jeff Johns, David Goyer run, the early 2000s, having the Justice League and the JSA meet. You know, that's perfect, like set up for that to happen.
That'd be dope. I mean, because like people talk about like the Avengers versus Justice League movie. Like when's that gonna happen? When like DC has enough superhero teams that they could do that on their own in these Warner Brothers movies and stuff, you could have different Justice League teams like facing each other or teaming up to do something. You could be doing all that because they have so much.
Yeah, that's a cool thing though. Like, see, for the last like few years, we've been limited to just Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Just the status quo, the big seven. The good thing about this slate coming up in the next year or two is so diverse. There's so many different characters going to be introduced. There's potential. Obviously, we know Zatanna's in the works. We're going to get Sasha Calle as Supergirl in The Flash. There's going to be so many characters that we've never seen before on the big screen introduced into the DCEU, and that's going to change the game. There's going to be a almost Justice League Unlimited feel to it, which previously, no offense, like in Snyder's verse, we knew the story, we knew how it was going to end, we knew who was going to die, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, Batman dying. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I mean, I wonder if they're ever going to make a sequel to Justice League at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they had any plans to do that, we'd probably be hearing about that right now. But it looks like they have problems getting Cavill to come back and beat Superman because he wants all kinds of money. So that's why you get the J.J. Abrams Superman with Michael B. Jordan as Superman. Like that's what they're trying to do because Cavill is such a problem. You know what I'm saying? He's becoming a problem.
I think if they announced a Justice League film right now, and it's not in the Snyderverse, I don't know. I don't think that would work. I think they're going to have to give these new characters a chance to grow over the next 2 or 3 years and cross them over and then do Justice League. Actually learn from the mistakes of the past. Don't just jump into it.
Like that.
Obviously, we all want Justice League tomorrow. Obviously we want Justice League right now, but I just think with this toxic fan base that's out there, who are, let's be honest, before the Flash even comes out, they're creating rumours. The Flash is in turmoil. They're creating these rumours. Oh, it's a mess. Michael Keaton isn't even signing on. Blah blah blah. They're deliberately trying to take the movie down before it's even come out. And I think that's shitty.
Do that with every movie.
We've had enough of that from critics. Yeah, we've had enough of that from critics over the last few years. But we're fighting against ourselves. The only people who had our back when these movies were coming out and we were getting attacked by Marvel fans and critics, the only people we had was our own DC fans. Now they are legit fighting against us. That's just shit. Yeah. That's just poor, man.
It's shit. And a lot of them don't like Shazam and Aquaman, which I don't get. How are you a DC fan and you're looking at Shazam and Aquaman and you're not hyped? You know what I'm saying? Fucking Black Manta was in the Aquaman movie. Come on now. Where are my DC fans at? It's crazy.
Yeah, the thing is,
yeah,
it's the same like Wonder Woman 1984 was coming out. They were all buzzing. They all couldn't wait for that. Wonder Woman looked like it had a really strong. As soon as they saw the continuity was going away from the Snyderverse, as soon as they watched that and they actually realised, oh my god, this movie is retconning Batman v Superman, they turned on it.
Yeah, turned on it hard. Yeah. And I would think Wonder Woman's that bad. It really isn't. I feel like it's a lot truer to her character, actually. Like, she doesn't just murder the bank the jewel thieves at the beginning, right? Like, she doesn't just murder them. She ties them up.
I know.
With her lasso. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh god, that was a part of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, I couldn't get behind it all. Like, when she has this dude like dead to rights, really. Like he shoots the machine gun and then he's reloading. Like, Wonder Woman, why didn't you just tie him up? Like, why didn't you just run over there and stop him? Like, it's weird
because she has to kill. She has to be gory.
She
has to make him bleed.
Yeah, like I didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so weird. It totally doesn't match. Like
these are my issues with Zack Snyder. Do you know what I mean? This is my issue. I don't dislike Zack Snyder. I think he's actually really fantastic. It's these wee things he does, these wee nuances. It's like when he goes in, he has to make everything Zack Snydery. It's not, it's not that he's going in and making wee minor changes. He goes in and fundamentally changes the characters, and it means that it splits the fan base. So certain elements of the fans, like myself, are watching and going, "Oh, that's not the character." But then you've got this hardcore, really scary fan base attacking you. Go, no, this is the way. You love Marvel, you love this. Come on, man! Like I love DC. I want to watch DC films. I want to enjoy it. Not everything has to be. Like Shazam. Shazam has got dark elements in it. I know people won't want to believe that, but it does. Yeah. When the dad is crippled at the start, the 7 deadly sins, there's dark elements to Shazam. It's the perfect tone. It's light and dark. It's the one DC film where they've nailed it right in the middle.
And here's the attitude Metalheads has, which a lot of these Snyder fans have. Shazam and Aquaman was bad story-wise. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Do you really want to compare stories here? Let's compare the Justice League story to Shazam's story. You know what I'm saying? At least Shazam makes sense. Yeah.
Shazam's got starts. It's got a heart to it. It starts with a beginning. It's got a middle. It's got an end. It all comes together. It's got character development. Nothing feels forced.
Yeah. I know. I mean, it's got a complete story. You know what I'm saying? It's got, themes. You know what I'm saying? Justice League, I'm still lost as to what the theme of the movie is, or like what the point of it was. All right, the whole story in Justice League is that Superman dies, mother boxes wake up, Steppenwolf comes for the mother boxes. Team of superheroes has to unite to stop Steppenwolf from uniting the mother boxes. Like, that's the story. Like, that's the whole thing going on in that movie.
Yeah, so what is that?
4 hours. Like, I mean, Shazam is much better. Like, you talk about like a film about abandonment.
It's so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. You're talking about Shazam as a film about abandonment.
The only reason why.
Yeah. But yeah, go
ahead.
The
only reason why Shazam falls down is because he's a relatively, the character Shazam, Captain Marvel, is a relatively unknown character. So it means that a lot of people didn't go to see it. But that movie did well for what it was. It was a small budget. It made, I think it made more of a profit than Man of Steel did. I'm pretty sure I read that. But Shazam has now been picked up on streaming. It's been picked up on the next Shazam. It will have probably a little increase in the budget, and I bet you it probably does double of what the first Shazam did.
I totally agree. Do you like the direction the DCU is going? I do. I think it's going to be more diverse, as Detective said earlier. We're going to get a lot of different films. It's not just going to be a Deathstroke series, And Wonder Woman in Snyder Cut was a lot better than Wonder Woman in '84. Disagree again, James. Disagree. At least Wonder Woman in '84 wasn't a murderer, just killing people.
Yeah.
And yeah, she and in the Snyder Cut, she has some really bad lines. Sorry.
No, horrendous. But I think you can tell. Sorry, jump in, Alex. I think you can tell that Gal has improved so much as an actress since 2016 when she shot that stuff with Zack to 2021 Wonder Woman 1984. Sorry, 2020 when Wonder Woman 1984 came out. You can see Gal's improved so much. She's learned the character so much more. Hart and Paddy took the character in a brand new, amazing direction. Like the Zack couldn't even dream of taking the character.
And let's not forget Wonder Woman's amazing line in Zack Snyder's Justice League, where she goes, "I belong to nobody to Steppenwolf." You all remember that amazing line in Zack Snyder's Justice League. She has a bunch of gems in Zack Snyder's Justice League. A bunch of gems. Metalheads. He's not a Snyder fan. He thought Justice League was disappointing. He's not one of those Snyder tards. That's good to know. So why don't you like Shazam's story? That's the thing I don't get. Like even Aquaman's story, like is pretty, rounded. It's pretty tight. There's not much wrong with it really. Except for like how it's delivered, I think
the biggest complaint you could have with Aquaman probably would be sometimes the line deliveries aren't the greatest. That isn't helped by Amber Heard not being the greatest actress. Not that that's not helped by that. I think that some of the it's more just the lines they were given, they were fed to read. I think they may be a bit ropey, but the story was great. I mean, that whole Jeff Johns New 52 run, which basically was ripped off and put on into that movie, was amazing. So, no complaints with the story in Aquaman.
I really don't have a complaint with the story. I have a complaint with like you said, dialogue delivery. Amber Heard's acting, maybe. It's not the story that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a pretty good start. Like
I'm not blaming Amber Heard. I'm just saying like Amber Heard maybe forget about Amber Heard, forget about like everything we think about her, but just sometimes Amber Heard isn't the strongest actress. So sometimes when you give her cheesy dialogue, somebody like Jason Momoa is so charismatic, he can sell you on the dialogue. She's not as charismatic, so sometimes when she says some cheesy lines, it doesn't come off as well.
Of course, Wonder Woman is a warrior. That's why she murders a bunch of people. I can't handle these excuses. It's like these people have never read Wonder Woman in a comic book before.
It's so crazy. Funny that Zack Snyder was actually like on the press tour for Wonder Woman 1984 when he knew that his movie was a completely different character. What was going on? Why was he on that press tour? Why was he even talking about that film? That film was like everything that he hates.
100%. I get. It's just so weird that people just think she's like a warrior. Like no, her character's all about like love and shit like that. The problem with her character is that she is too violent. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the problem here. At least that's what Wonder Woman thinks of herself. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever read Kingdom Come?
Oh yeah, I love Kingdom Come. Oh my god,
so
amazing!
You know what happens when Wonder Woman stops giving a fuck about people? She just starts cutting them to pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kingdom Come is amazing. Oh my god,
they might make that movie one day.
Oh, I think do you know what? See, as this Justice League gets older, like in the next few years, especially Michael Keaton potentially staying around after The Flash, I wouldn't be surprised if elements of Kingdom Come start to be repeated.
Oh yeah. Remember Lois dying in Kingdom Come, and what does Superman do after Lois dies in Kingdom Come from the Joker's hands? Superman goes into isolation, right? He goes into isolation. He just doesn't care anymore. He doesn't fucking go on a murderous rampage and take over the world. That's not what he does. I don't like that version of Superman either. Like, Lois dies, therefore Superman's going to kill everybody on the planet. Like, what? Like, I don't like that injustice angle. Never did. I like the Kingdom
Alex,
Come
let me
angle,
ask you, do you think...
But yeah, go ahead.
Alex, wait, actually, do you think we'll get a sequel to Zack Snyder's Justice League? Do you think there'll be a sequel?
No, there won't be. Not like a sequel like people are thinking. No way. There's no way. I feel like there will be a Justice League 2. It'll be directed by somebody else entirely.
Yeah.
Completely original story, and it's just got the loosest connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're probably going to recast Lex Luthor. Yeah. They're going to recast like half of the cast.
Totally.
And it'll just be like, do you remember that time we took out Steppenwolf? Like, there'll be like a line like that. that'll be the only connection to the other movie.
Sort of like, like in Harley, the Birds of Prey movie, where there was like a throwaway line to Harley having a bomb in her neck at one point, and then a throwaway line to a picture of Captain Boomerang in the wall. Like, literally, like, the way DC are doing it now is they're trying to move on, so they're like literally dismissing the past, so they're just like literally winking at the past, but they're not ever going to mention the past, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I feel like since you're kind of like rebooting with the Flash movie and starting up with multiverses and stuff like that, they're gonna have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that kind of makes sense. You can't make direct references. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different. Every movie is like in a different universe. Like, so, like, they can make vague references because like the same events happen in every universe really, but they just happen differently. So you have to be vague.
It's weird though. Like, I still believe when it comes to the multiverse, I still think, even though when you listen to what Hamada said, I still feel like even though he's doing the multiverse, I still feel like the DCEU is still going to be the DCEU. Like, Earth 1 will still be Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller. Like, I don't think that's going to change. I feel like the multiverse idea is more to just get rid of the Snyderverse and to explain why Robert Pattinson's Batman is on a different Earth. Like, I think that's all it is to do. It doesn't sound like, like Black Adam's going to be set in a different Earth. Like, it still seems like Shazam is on Earth 1. It doesn't feel, I don't get the vibe that they're going to start making movies in different multiverses. Like, I feel like that's more an internet, like an online thing. I just don't get the feeling they're going to complicate it that much, that they're going to have Blue Beetle in a different world, Supergirl in a different world. I just don't think that's what they're doing. I think, like,
I don't think that either.
Yeah, it's complicated. The multiverse is a complicated.
Yeah, because I think Ann Chernoff, she said earlier, like months ago, that they are doing the multiverses, but they want a centralized DC universe that has like a continuity to it. Along with their multiverses. Like, she said that months ago. I don't know if I can find that article, but yeah, like, so they do want a centralized story. They do want something. They want some connective tissue. And if you watch the Shazam movie, like, they have the Batarang from BVS, like, what I'm saying? They have a newspaper from the Man of Steel events, like, that's the kind of connective tissue you could do, and that's fine. That works. I really like
the cool thing about
go ahead.
Yeah, the cool thing about Easter eggs like that is it's not like going to spoil the story, if you know what I mean. Like Shazam, that film can still be seen as canon to the new look DCEU, because it's not story breaking. Because going forward, what they'll just do is basically like act like everything's the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, like Gal, if Michael Keaton is the Batman in the DCEU, I don't know if you agree with that. I don't know if you like it, but if that is the plan, they'll just acknowledge Michael Keaton as if he is Batman, like he's always been Batman. And it's just as simple. You don't need to make it difficult. You don't need to go, where's Ben Affleck? You know, that is people online trying to create issues. We have reboots all the time. Rebuff, Flashpoint. And see when the continuity changes, it's not a big deal. You know, you don't see the characters going, oh, who's this or who's that? It's just they move on, they act the same, bang, 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 you know?
Yeah. And then you get those awesome moments where they're like, you know, they feel like that something's happened before, you know, like, this is deja vu or something like that. I like those moments, you know. But it was what was I going to say about Batman? Oh, yeah. Ben Affleck's going to be in the Flash movie with Michael Keaton and everything. Like that, it's literally handing off the torch here. Like literally, Ben Affleck said, "This is like his goodbye to the character. Is this Flash movie?" He literally said that. So, you know, I mean,
actually, everywhere is the porting.
Yeah.
Everywhere is the porting. This is Ben Affleck's last movie. Yeah. Every major news out is saying this is Ben Affleck's last go as Batman. Yet the online army can't accept this is Ben Affleck's last time. They still believe, oh, why is he coming back? Well, he's coming back because he wants to get a fitting ending, a definitive ending. Like, he's not coming back ending to shut everybody up like that, doing it.
Michael Keaton isn't going to be in the movie. Come from Keaton himself. What was that, today? What are you talking about?
No, it was a few weeks ago.
Michael Keaton said that?
He said not. He said basically he's not dead. Yeah, he said that he hadn't read the recent division of the script and was COVID and stuff and cause his age. But you know, it seems to me like a sort of tactic, maybe a wee give me some more money type tactic. I don't know, but there's no way the Flash goes into production in 2 weeks. There's no way. Michael Keaton's all over the marketing for this. They're already selling T-shirts with the Flash and his new suit and Michael Keaton behind him from fandom. There's no way they are going into production with Michael Keaton not tied down. It's clearly mind games. It's clearly a public thing. Because if you actually in the same article of Michael Keaton with that, there's no way Michael Keaton. There's no way they're going to production in this movie. They're legit weeks away from it, and Michael Keaton's not signed. There's just no way. Like Michael Keaton is the key to the Flash. Like him in the market is going to drag people to see that movie. See Michael Keaton come back as Batman 30 years later.
I know. I mean, that alone would get tons of people. But yeah, it says not a lot of things say not a done deal, a lack of commitment, but like nothing says Michael Keaton's dropped out.
Michael Keaton is notorious for this sort of thing, you know. If you go back to Batman Returns in 1992, I know it's a long time ago, Michael Keaton wasn't going to do it because he wanted 20 million to do it. You know, Michael Keaton, he's not getting any younger. He knows Warner Brothers need him. He knows the DCEU needs Michael Keaton in this movie more than Michael Keaton needs to be in the movie. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not dumb. You know, he knows his worth to this movie.
Here's a funny rumor. Here's a funny rumor I'm looking at right now. It says lack of commitment by Michael Keaton has Warner Brothers in talks with Christian Bale to return as Batman. That would be.
I've seen that.
That would be hilarious. I feel like Christian Bale should show up anyway. Like if you're gonna have Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, we gotta get Christian Bale in there.
I feel like he's gonna be in it.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I mean, come on, like one shot.
I feel like this. If you're going to do the multiverse, you need to show people that other multiverses out there. So why not run to that Gotham City where Christian Bale's a Batman? Like that is how you show people what the multiverse is. You know, like it can't just be a case of the Flash runs, meets Michael Keaton, meets Sasha Calle, and that's it. No. There's going to be all sorts of cameos in this film. I'm telling you, Nicolas Cage is going to be in this film as Superman. I'm telling you.
That'd be dope. Dude, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. That's you heard it here first. You heard it like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be great.
I also said them all that Linda Carter, she signed up to play Wonder Woman as well. Like, this movie's going to be massive.
Let's hope, man. I feel like it's got like the Flash could really make or break it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if it's good and lots of people like it, like they're set for like 10 years making these movies probably. But if like it's a huge disaster, I mean, the interest is going to fall huge for these movies.
I think this is my like 2 pence worth. I think Walter Hamada signed a contract till the end of 2023. Okay, that was his new contract. Yeah. I think the Flash will decide everything. If the Flash is a disaster, I could see Zack Snyder coming back after that. If it was to be that bad, if the movie was a mess, it didn't do well at the box office, I could see AT&T firing Hamada and bringing in Zack Snyder. But that won't happen because I'm convinced the Batman's going to be massive, which is Walter Hamada's movie. I'm convinced Black Adam is going to be as close to $1 billion movie as you can get post-pandemic. And I'm convinced the Flash is going to be unbelievable. I'm convinced.
Yeah, and if you notice, like Hamada, his contract's up in 2023. And if you notice, all these movies are coming out in 2022 and 2023. So I feel like Hamada knows that if he doesn't make it right, right now, if these movies aren't the best they could be, he's not going to get renewed again. But if he makes them like get connected in a way, he makes it really good, and lots of people like it, then they wouldn't hesitate to re-sign him. It all comes down to that Flash movie being successful here. But we're at an hour 20. We'll wrap it up. There you go. Have any final words about future movies and what you're looking forward to here?
Look, like I said, man, I'm so excited. This slate over the next 2 years, and that's without mentioning, of course, Blue Beetle still to get slated, but it's got a director and a screenwriter. Zatanna's got a screenwriter as well. We've got the Green Lantern Corps that's about to start shooting legit in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, so much good stuff coming up.
Yeah, with all this,
we need to be looking forward. Stuff. Stop looking back.
Yeah, I know. That's why I titled this "Moving Forward" to the stream. Moving forward. But that's funny about the Green Lantern series is because like there's one specific character that's not really mentioned in the series, and that's Hal Jordan. And I'm like, you have movies like Birds of Prey. Why can't we have the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie like be a part of all this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what is there a big difference here? Is there like a big difference? Like, is one so superior to the other? I feel like they're all kind of like the same. But
I get Alex. I bet you he is in the Flash. I bet you he's in the Flash movie. I just get a feeling the Flash is going to have everybody in it. It's going to be just the biggest. It's going to be a big DC party. I think actually the Flash will smash. I'm convinced it's just, even if the movie is great, but I don't think it's going to be great just because you can't do this type of movie and it be great. You can't do a movie full of cameos and multiverse and it can't be like 10 out of 10. But if the movie's fun and it's got loads of good cameos and everybody's happy, the movie will do well, and that's all that matters. If the movie gets solid reviews by critics and makes $1 billion, Walter Hamada's getting another 5-year contract, and that's it.
I mean, that'll be it. And you got to think like Hamada's not going to be intentionally making bad movies here. They're going to try to make the best movies possible here. They have some kind of plan. That's why they're all these movies right now. But yeah,
if you look at his previous movies, Hamada, if you go from Aquaman to Shazam, Joker, I know he wasn't really involved in Joker, but he was still involved. And then, of course, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 84. you know, they were all good movies. Even Birds of Prey it got good reviews from critics. It just didn't mesh with general audiences. But the thing is, when it's a low budget movie like Birds of Prey was, sometimes you're going to have failures. Sometimes movies aren't going to click. But when you're spending so little on the movie, it means the risk is less. So we don't always need to have big billion-dollar movies. I think that's the beauty of DC. You know, that's where DC will win under Hamada. He knows how to make low-budget movies, but make them look good, as he done with Conjuring. You know, he did it with Saw, with James Wan.
That's how he got this.
That's just what Hamada does.
Yeah, that's how he got this role, because he makes huge franchises for like half the cost. You know, and yes, Ryan Reynolds killed himself in Deadpool 2 while reading the Justice League. Yeah, I remember that. I remember him killing himself here in Deadpool. But still, yeah, that's gonna do it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, for joining, everybody for joining. Yeah, man, we'll be talking more about these movies, especially when they start production, because then we'll get some behind the scenes shots and stuff like that, and we'll be able to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. Peace out.